Have you ever considered the human cost of war, not just in lives lost but in dreams shattered? The story of Asfan Mohammed, a store manager from India who was killed while fighting for the Russian armed forces in Ukraine, paints a grim picture of such costs. Asfan left his home in India for Russia, fueled by the hope of a better life for his family. But like many others, he found himself deceived into a battlefield instead of the promised land of steady employment and higher salaries. This is not a lone tale of deceit. Many South Asian men, including Indians, have been lured into the conflict under the guise of promising job opportunities. The Indian government has acknowledged the presence of its nationals in the conflict and is working tirelessly to secure their early discharge from the Russian military. But for Asfan's family, this recognition came too late. They have been left to navigate the aftermath of his death, a tragic end to a journey that began with hope and promise. In this web of deceit and despair, Asfan's story is a stark reminder of the human cost of war. It's not just the lives lost on the battlefield, it's the dreams shattered, the families broken, and the futures derailed. These stories are not just about the individuals caught in the crossfire, but also about the systemic issues that allow for such exploitation. The desperation caused by widespread joblessness in India, for instance, has made many vulnerable to such recruitment schemes. In response, the Indian government has intervened, urging the Russian government to release the Indian nationals involved. A human trafficking network has been uncovered, revealing that men like Asfan were promised non-combat roles and residency guarantees. The tragic loss of lives, including those of Mohammed Asfan and Himal Ashwinbai Mangukia, has prompted the Indian government to caution its citizens against falling for similar schemes. They have advised them to steer clear of the conflict, but the question remains: how many more will be ensnared before this war ends? In conclusion, Asfan Mohammed's story is a chilling testament to the deceptive recruitment tactics that have led many South Asian men into the throes of the Ukraine conflict. His story represents the human cost of war, a cost measured not only in lives lost, but also in dreams shattered. It's a stark reminder of the urgent need for systemic changes to prevent such exploitation, and the role governments have to play in safeguarding their citizens from these deceptive practices.